Welcome to the Time to Fly podcast. It's time to give your business wings and take flight to achieve more impact, influence, and income with unique perspectives, tools, and tips from successful entrepreneurs and business professionals to help your business fly. Here to educate, encourage, and entertain you with their own unique perspectives and experience, plus sharing anecdotes of growing up as cowgirls. Here's your host, Jill Fleming.
Welcome to this episode of Time to Fly, Give Your Business Wings. I'm your host, Jill Fleming, and today I'm going to be speaking with Serena Zertucci and Christy Mattoon, my co-facilitators for an upcoming event we have, the Sacred Rebel Healing Retreat. Christy Mattoon is a cutting-edge intuitive, remote energy healer and energy psychologist. She has worked with people from over 13 countries around the world, including 25 states, to aid them in deep subconscious change. She helps people produce experiential evidence in their life that drives abundance, high-level self-worth, and self-esteem, and better relationships. Serena Zertucci is a lifelong seeker and intuitive focused on heart-to-heart transformation. Working one-on-one, she helps other seekers tap into their deep knowing and soul leading by examining their relationships to their sacred and how to mold it into their daily life. Welcome, both Christy and Serena.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jill.
So ladies, I want to talk a little bit about how this event came to fruition. Christy, you and I have known each other for a couple of years now, and Serena, we've known each other a couple of years now as well. And Christy, you contacted me and you're like, we should do a healing retreat. There are so many people out there that need help in transforming their life and moving forward. We were talking back and forth about it and what that would look like. And then I remember I was having coffee with Serena and talked about this event. And Serena was like, oh my gosh, that would be awesome. How could we all participate to make that happen? So Christy, what was your awareness that an event like this needed to happen?
Well, I think working with the people that I work with, what I've noticed is when I have them in groups, the healing takes a turn. Instead of it, just doing whatever you're doing, in a group setting, it goes a little bit deeper. In a group setting, it seems to happen faster because when you've got the power of more people sitting, working on the same intention, and there's even been studies done on this, that the depth and level of the healings themselves happen in a different manner. And so I just love the group idea. I love working with people that are working together for the same goal. And I think that's kind of where my head was on it.
And Serena, what was it about bringing people together for a retreat like this that made you want to participate?
Like Christy, I feel like there's a different experience that happens when you're part of a group, whether you're facilitating it or whether you're a participant. To me, it's really the collective energy of everybody together. To have many people tapping in, reaching up to the divine, really going into themselves and with the same intention and all with open hearts, it's an incredibly powerful place to be. And I believe that's why the transformation happens faster. So to be able to be part of something like that, and obviously to work with two women that I really respect, was exciting and obviously piqued my interest. And since we work in somewhat different veins, to be able to come together and really speak to the mind, the body, and the soul from three different perspectives so that people can get an integrated approach, I think is truly powerful.
Yes, I agree. When Christy brought this to my attention, I was like, yes. I just knew instantly that this was something that could really contribute to a lot of people. And then when the three of us came together, the trifecta from those three different perspectives, it's also pushing me out of my comfort zone, as I usually am very comfortable working in business. But I take a very energetic approach to it of clearing out energy and making sure you're dialed into your own awareness. So the prospect of coming together with two other powerful women to create this event of energy clearing, and Christy very gifted in subconscious healing and change, and you're so gifted in embodiment and really tuning in, can create such a powerful transformational event. It's so awesome that we decided we were going to jump on a phone call and talk about this. And by the end of the phone call, we had a retreat laid out. And we're like, oh my gosh, I think we're supposed to do this.
Yeah, I'd say it was a really good sign. When things are effortless like that, then you know you're in alignment. You know that you're being supported in order to make something happen. And that in and of itself is even more exciting. And to the point you made earlier, Jill, I think you know as well as anybody that the way that you approach your individual life, the way you approach your personal life is the way you approach your business. And so by taking the time to go internal and work on you and work with your systems and the way you present yourself to the world and the way that you face your daily life is only going to enhance your business and how you approach your business every day.
Absolutely. So after our phone call, we decided to call this the Sacred Rebel Healing Retreat. We've defined a sacred rebel as being a gift to humanity that we give with our own choice to be fully present and aligned individuals. Each rebel is a soul on fire, a warrior on a path, a bird soaring freely, a tidal wave in the ocean, a force to be reckoned with. Choosing to be a rebel means choosing a juicier approach to life. Each embodied choice is made in full awareness with the heart and led by the soul. Within you, there is a free spirit which refuses to be defined by social structures or identities. As a rebel, you choose to be the most integrated version of you in the world, mind, body, and soul. We are putting a call out to the other rebels out there who want to have a more integrated approach to their life, mind, body, and soul, from 3 other rebels that really live our lives in a way that's congruent for us. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. 100% subscribe to the rebel identity.
The rebel identity, but I think also the sacred part of that identity. Because when something is sacred, you hold it dear. You know, you hold that in your heart. When something is sacred to you, if you identify with that idea of being a rebel and that's sacred to you, this is almost a must, right? Realigning your body, mind, and soul and learning how to do some of the techniques that we do becomes a necessary must in the daily lives of people. And I think just to keep yourself in alignment when everything in the world seems to be going topsy-turvy, and your rebelness and the idea that you're sacred can keep you held above all the mayhem.
Absolutely, because it takes a level of conviction to be able to stand in who you are, to claim who you are, and to hold up against that chaos. When it's from that embodied sacred place, it feels a little rebellious because it's not always relatable to everybody else, right? It really has to be a personal decision, a powerful choice, and that deep conviction in knowing who you are, knowing what you want, knowing your worth, knowing what you bring, knowing how you serve, and then showing up that way, and knowing that that is exactly the way it's supposed to be.
And all of that, to me, is very individual, which I think is why our retreat is going to be so special, is even though we're doing kind of a conglomerate idea with everybody, it's very individual to the person showing up and whatever their thing is that they're doing. Whether it's an issue you're having or something you're trying to clear out of your system or something that you're trying to add into your system, being able to speak to the divine and being in that sacred space and holding yourself there in a different regard. I think this retreat is going to be an apex. It's going to be a pinnacle and it's a different place people can look for this kind of healing and this kind of growth.
I agree. And for those that are looking to be more centered in their own identity and be less pushed around by societal viewpoints, and for other people in their life to be more grounded in who they are, I think the tools and techniques and the processes that we plan to share in our retreat are going to have people leave more grounded and centered in who they are, have clarity about their direction, and have transformational healing in things that have been holding them back. So with that, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
This episode is sponsored by Shield Bar Marketing, saving service-based businesses time, money, and frustration. More than just a designer, but a partner helping you develop a consistent online and offline strategy.
Welcome back. We've been discussing the Sacred Rebel Healing Retreat. The next one is going to be April 5th, 6th, and 7th in Carlsbad, California. And we want to share with you a little taste of what you will experience in those 3 days. So the 3 of us are going to be bringing all of our expertise, knowledge, and awareness to this event to make it the most transformational retreat possible. Christy, will you want to share with us some of the techniques you want to contribute to the event?
Yeah, one of the things where I'm gifted, I think, and where I'm very talented is helping people with deep subconscious change, releasing old negative emotions, releasing beliefs that don't benefit you, releasing thoughts that might be reoccurring, and even reoccurring patterns that happen because of your past, because of the life that you've lived, and even sometimes because of ancestral things that have gone on in your family before you. And knowing how to release that easily and quickly is where I've been blessed. What I use to do that is called a whole brain state. It's something that a number of different protocols use, but what I've done is stripped all the fluff away from it. So we want the fastest, easiest release possible that gives you the biggest benefit. Being able to release the negative and then put something directly positive right back into that space becomes kind of a prime directive for me. It's the one thing that I think I've seen people transform the quickest when I do that technique with them. That's going to be the biggest part of what we're doing, is learning how to use that whole brain state and then walking through some of the transformations. So we'll be doing live clearing. We'll be doing the technique itself live while I'm teaching you how to do it. So you're going to be learning exactly what I do, the words I use, the patterns that I use, how I get into those patterns, and then how you can use them on a daily basis and how you can take that idea into your life and use it on a daily basis to help yourself stay clear. And we had talked before about when life gets topsy-turvy and there's mayhem all around you, how do you stay in your best function? Well, using this technique is one of the ways I teach people to keep their head clear and keep their mind in a good place, keep the chemicals in their body in a higher vibration. And then life itself just seems to happen easier. But what we want to do is we want to translate that into your subconscious. So we want it to become your new go-to feeling. So we build that feeling and then we insert it into the subconscious. And that's one of the goals of this weekend.
I personally have used Christy's techniques to transform some of my own subconscious blocks. So when Christy suggested that we do this retreat, I was like, oh my gosh, being able to share that with even more people is going to be really powerful. We have 3 wonderful days planned for you for the Sacred Rebels Healing Retreat. The 3 of us will be contributing each day. On the first day, I will be helping people to get really grounded into who they are and make sure that they are tapped into just their own energy. So I will be sharing energy healing techniques, energy clearing techniques, tools that I use to turn up the vibration of the things that I want in my life, and really grounding those in. And so we'll be practicing those tools so that you leave the event with those tools so that you can use them on an ongoing basis to be really dialed in and tapped in to your own awareness. Many of us that are out in the world are very in tune to energy around us, and we take on other people's energy. Oftentimes I find with the clients I work with that they're operating out of somebody else's point of view. They're operating out of someone else's energy. And so the tools I'm going to be sharing at the event will really help you ground in and tune into you so that you know as you're moving forward and you're making choices in your life that they're in alignment for you and not in alignment for others that are around you. The 3 days that we're going to be presenting are day 1 is going to be foundational. Day 2 is going to be a deep dive. We're going to go into those subconscious beliefs that Christy is really gifted at helping shift. And then on day 3 is we're really going to focus on embodiment, taking the tools that you've learned from day 1 and 2 and really integrating those so that when you leave the retreat, you have tools to go out into the world to really create the life you want to create. Zarina, you want to share with us what you want to bring to that piece of embodiment for the retreat?
So I think for you to understand the way that I approach embodiment, you have to know about me that I'm a somatic intuitive. And many people have the gift of clairsentience, but I don't use that term because the way I receive the information is full body, it's incredibly visceral, and it's visual. Most people notice, can see it, and get the confirmation just by being with me. And so I've developed this very special relationship with my body and how it helps me communicate with the divine and live a more sacred life. Because of that, and partly through my practices in Kundalini Yoga, that's the piece that I want to help bring to the retreat. In Kundalini Yoga, we really look at how to get all the bodies, emotional, mental, physical, etheric, astral, all working together to create a more powerful presence. So as we worked through each day and received knowledge and received information and taken it through our mind, my piece will be to help that information retain by bringing everybody back into themselves, out of their mind, into their heart and their soul, and connecting everything in an integrated way so that it fully affects your entire system. And your entire system is activated before you leave that day. And so that way, the integration can be that much more palpable as we are separated in the evening. So the third day is focused on embodiment because it will be the last time that we're together. And we want you to be able to leave with the greatest experiential evidence of your transformation this weekend and have the full confidence and knowing in your being, in every fiber of your being, in all your cells, in your full presence, that you have the tools, the capability, that you are operating on another level now, that your vibration has been elevated and in a way that you can actually feel, in a way that is tactile, not just mental. It's not just an idea. It's not a hope and a promise. You can actually feel the difference in your system. That's what I hope every attendee walks away with. That's our goal.
This retreat is for you if you just feel it tugging at you. If you feel deep inside your soul that this is something that's going to benefit you, when you come, it's going to help you get to where you need to be, this is for you. I want you to come. I want you to make that commitment to yourself, because when you do that, you're setting yourself in motion for probably one of the best changes you're ever going to have in your life. And I'm not saying that just because it's me and Jill and Serena being the ones leading it. I know from the evidence and the changes I've received in my own life from working with these women. And I know that when you come to a retreat like this, when there's a group of like-minded people sitting together, the evidence that happens and the changes that happen are on such a level, you won't walk away the same person. You'll never be the same person again. And that, at the end of the day, to me is the goal, is to walk in a new skin and be a totally different person than you were the day before. So come to this retreat.
If this retreat is tugging at you, you can go to sacredrebelretreat.com to purchase your tickets. And if you have more questions for us, you can reach out and email us at sacredrebelretreat@gmail.com. We would love for you to join us on April 5th, 6th, and 7th in Carlsbad, California. All of the Sacred Rebels out there, we can't wait to meet you. Remember, it's time to fly. Give your business wings.
A big thank you to this episode's sponsor, Shield Bar Marketing. Be sure to visit shieldbar.com for all your marketing needs.
Join our fly. Stay informed of all things Time to Fly by subscribing to our newsletter at timetoflypodcast.com. And be sure to tune in to our next show.